Welcome back to Chasing Green Arrows. Today we'll be discussing the big week in Europe. We have the Champions League semifinals and the Europa League semifinals. Joining me today is my co-host Abra Aziz. How are you doing, bro?
Good man, I'm excited for a long week of football.
Yeah, really exciting, especially our teams are playing. So let's talk about the smaller tournament first, the Champions League, and then we'll go on to the bigger tournament, the bigger tournament in Europe. Your first game, Chelsea versus Madrid. How do you see this panning out? It looks like it might be a cagey kind of game. Both defenses look solid. Any updates on Varane, Ramos, and anything else you want to add about this game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very cagey game. I don't expect goals through both legs. I think very few goals. I think if Chelsea can come up with a draw with an away goal and a draw, I think that Chelsea will be favourites going into next week. But don't rule this Madrid side out. This Madrid side is known to win, and they've done it time and again. And they have an extremely talented coach in Zidane. So it's going to be a fun encounter. But at the same time, I think very cagey, and I think just the tactical minuscule things that work for them. I think whichever team comes out on top with those tactical decisions will probably be the team to come out winners in this group. I expect a 1-0 Real Madrid win for tomorrow.
1-0 Real Madrid win. We have Abu Bakr joining us. I just want to say he's like our biggest fan. He always comments, always asks questions. Really appreciate it. And he's also first in our predictions league. So he's very close to winning a good prize. But you're also catching up. So let's see.
I'm hoping for it. Let's see how it goes.
But yeah, Abu Bakr, join with your questions. If you have any questions, your team is playing as well, Chelsea, Madrid. I honestly feel, this Madrid pitch, Don, the training pitch is kind of difficult for visiting teams. People are not used to it because I think it's tighter. Ryan was mentioning the other day that maybe it's the camera angles, but I don't know. I just feel it's a bit different. Even Liverpool, you saw them got caught off guard, especially defending-wise.
Yeah, I think so. I think that there is a lot of teams that have had the difficulty going to Madrid and kind of coming out with the result. I do think that Chelsea will be a strong defensive unit, but I think that going forward they might have a little bit of trouble because even the Real Madrid defense is pretty strong. So that is my reasoning, and I think that 1-0 win is. I feel like Chelsea will go into this game trying to draw 1-1, and they'll come just short, but I think they won't be out of it even with a 1-0 win. I think that they have the capability and they have the talent and the manager with a lot of tactical nuances that he can bring to the side. And I think that this will be a very cagey, albeit fun contest, I think.
Yeah, and your thoughts on Kroos and Modric, man? Ballers, they're like 35 years old, but age is just a number, and they're showing it now. Really good experience. That midfield battle, are you expecting Madrid to dominate that, or will Chelsea give them a fight?
I think that Madrid, when initially in the earlier part of the season when they were struggling a little bit, it was because of Cruz and Modric's lack of form. But I think since they have joined the forces and kind of become the Cruz and Modric of the old, I think that this Madrid side just looks a completely different side, and you can see they're winning all games. They're winning in the league as well. So they're looking like a solid side. They will definitely have more challenge when it comes to when it comes to the likes of Kante, Jorginho, and these guys, because I think that both teams will be looking to win the midfield battle. I think that's where the game will be won or lost. So it's going to be very interesting. I think that Chelsea will come up with a lot of confidence because they've been winning a few games, and they've been playing well. Actually, to be very honest with them, they've actually been playing well. Tuchel has got them training well, has got them tactically
Finally
set up.
gelling.
Yeah, gelling and set. He's also setting them up pretty well. And it's nice to see, like a good team. We always know that Chelsea had talent. It was just a matter of them being able to figure it out. Lampard, unfortunately, wasn't able to do that with them. And I think Tuchel was a perfect manager for this kind of a team. And I think that the rewards are already showing. And I think that this is a team that will go far in the next coming couple of seasons if they stick with Tuchel. If they have a blip in form, and if they decide to sack Tuchel, that's going to be interesting. But I think that with the kind of games and the kind of performances we've seen from them, yes, there are ways they need to improve, but there's already enough to be very encouraged about from this Chelsea side. So definitely looking forward. Having said that, I think Real Madrid overall, I think that the experience and the just the fact that they are a team that's used to winning and have done it in the past. on several occasions. That's probably going to be the factor that
Yeah.
that will just take them just across the line. I think 1-0
Yeah,
to.
and now he's doing it without Ronaldo, Bale, and stuff as well. So credit to Zidane. He goes under the radar. Everyone talks about Pep all the time, to my annoyance. But Zidane, man, is a really good coach. Also for me, it's between Benzema and Werner, who can be more clinical.
Yeah.
Werner scored recently, but then he missed a sitter in the same game. So how is he going to perform? Who's going to score the goals? That's going to be critical, right? You need to score goals in these kind of fixtures because it might just be a 1 or 2 goal difference. So. Abu Bakr is saying, I know you're not Chelsea fans, but who do you think will start up front, the front three, Don?
Oh man. I'd want to see. This is what I'd want to see. Okay, I'd want to see.
You want to see it for Chelsea's benefit or for your own benefit?
No. But I don't know. I feel like this might not happen. But I just want to see how these three perform together. I want to see Werner, Pulisic, and Ziyech. I just want to see how that goes.
I think they're gonna go Giroud. I don't know. I just feel that Warner, he played in the Premier League in the last game. He's not gonna play him and play Giroud. But I would like to see Warner as well and see how that goes. He played really well in the last Champions League. Was it with Leipzig? He played really well.
He's actually been good. He's been a little unfortunate, and he's a proper talent. Very easy to write him off with a poor season, but he's a very, very solid talent.
The only thing I would say in that is that would you take that risk, like those missed chances in this, or would you like someone like Giroud who gives you an aerial option as well?
Giroud will give you an aerial option, but Giroud will miss chances too. I know this because
you know better than me. Yeah, you know better than me.
I've been frustrated with him. I love him, but I've been frustrated with him as well. So if it's going to be a big game, you'd want a more clinical striker to just go off a little bit stronger. It's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think Mount. He's saying Mount will be one definitely. I think so. Mount will probably play.
Mount, of course, Mount play. I just want to see Ziyech, but I think Mount will definitely play. Mount for sure. Yeah.
He's not Lampard's son anymore. I think he's proven
but
that
he's performing time and again, and he's a solid talent.
He's coming up with goals as well. I agree. And the next game. Qatar versus UAE. It's money versus money. Stars versus stars. Pep versus Pochettino. Your thoughts on this game? It's going to be a massive one, man.
I've heard some rumors. I don't know how much of this is true, but I believe Mbappe has picked up a knock and might not be available.
You heard right. You have crazy sources, but you heard right.
So that
he has a thigh strain, I think.
I think that's going to be a big blow for PSG. I think with him, this is a completely different side, and without him, I think that they will struggle to score those goals. I'm not taking anything away from them. I think they're still a solid side that have a lot of capability. But I feel like yes, Neymar is there. Neymar will miss a few chances. He might put in a chance or two as well. But I just think that the clinical finish and the kind of presence and speed that Mbappe possesses, I think that's just going to be highly missed if they can't get a late fitness test on him or something of the sort. So if Mbappe is not there, I'm giving the advantage to City. That's the kind of level I expect from Mbappe. That's the kind of expectation I have from Mbappe, and kind of the way the team is set up is I think a lot revolves around him being able to finish those chances that are created. So I think if Mbappe is not available, then I think advantage City. Having said that, City, I'm just saying City is a solid side. I mean, there's no denying that they've been performing well throughout this season. They've been one of the sides that have been lucky to have a lot of bench strength that has helped. So the fresh players, they do have the availability of some fresh players. A lot of the other teams don't have that capability, and that's why that you can see the starking difference between a side that's first and second in the table at this point in time in the Premier League as well. There's a good 8-10 point difference within the two sides because City has been lucky. Not lucky, but they've used their resources well, and it's the one time that they're having 35 people in their team has helped them to an extent, So that's the thing. I think that City will look to counter as they'll play the usual style. And the thing is, I think that this PSG side will suit the kind of football that City plays. I think both teams will go for the attack, and that's going to be fun. And I think that City might shave this one again, 2-1 to City. I think on this one.
Oh man, Zayan, he agrees with you. He said the game will suit Ziyech, and Warner's talking about the Chelsea Madrid game, so he agrees with you there. Phil Foden to win for City, man, yeah, he's been really good. Kevin De Bruyne, there were some injury issues there. He's gonna play. Any update?
He played in the Carabao, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm
I'm
not.
making
Well,
a.
even he's not fully fit, but I'm sure he's going to play tomorrow. And if he does play, that will give them a strong chance. But I'm going PSG, man.
Of course you
Neymar.
are. Of course you are.
Let's go, baby. Doesn't matter. No Mbappe, no problem. Let's go. But for me, Neymar, he gets into great positions. He's a
Finishing.
ball. Yeah, finishing. He's a baller. Like passing is really good. Everything is good. Finishing is a problem. Against Bayern, he could have scored 10 goals. Man, he missed every single goal,
100%.
and you can't afford that against City.
Agree. I completely agree. That's the
Same thing
thing.
with Raheem Sterling, bro. Same thing with everyone's
100%.
telling me that he's perhaps improved in this. That I'm very biased in this situation. I'm telling you openly, the guy still misses chances. He might score tomorrow. I'll be proven wrong. I'll be bantered. But Sterling and Neymar have this problem of finishing.
I think so. I agree. I mean, Sterling. I've always said this about Sterling as well. The finishing is an issue. But now I just feel like like Neymar is your star. Sterling is not your star in the City side. I mean, yes, he's a great player and everything, but there are other people that will get into good positions. The likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Phil Foden, who's looking absolutely incredible. I think he's a very, very talented. I think at this point in time, one of the most talented youngsters, right after Saka. But no, I'm just messing around. But
Wow,
I think.
I was yeah. I just realized what you said.
No, I was messing around. But yeah, I think that Phil Foden is looking very, very good. Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of what's his name?
But
Uh,
to be honest, you had a debate there like a couple of months ago. Saka was doing really well.
no, I still agree that I have a personal bias on that. But I think Phil Foden is just proving. I mean, he's just looking so good, man. And I think it's slightly different positions that they
But
play in as
how
well.
how much has De Bruyne's impact really helped him as well? Because I'm sure that helps and improves him as a player.
Absolutely, 100%. There's no doubt about that. The fact that Kevin De Bruyne will be able to provide those gun balls. Those are that's the important aspect of this whole game. And Phil Foden has to finish it off, and he does that well, no doubt about that. But I think Kevin De Bruyne is the glue to this team that works very well. And if he gets a long-term injury, there will be a problem with City, because I don't think. I'm with due respect to everyone else. I think that he makes City tick a little bit better than anybody else. Even though there are players that have been doing well, if the likes of Foden is having an off game, that could be a problem. But I just feel like there's enough firepower in this side to come out on top, and I think that a 2-1 City win is what I'm expecting.
2-1 away from home first leg.
Yeah. I think because I
Okay.
think that both teams just go strong at it. That's how it's going to be. It's not going to be a quiet game. If it was Madrid Chelsea, I'm expecting low scoring game. But for
Yeah, I
uh,
agree.
for this time, I think both teams will go for it. There'll be chances galore, and I think that'll be a fun game to watch. More fun than, with due respect to, I know Zayan and Abu Bakar and all are on the pod, but I do respect. I think it's going to be a more fun game to watch. City and PSG.
More end to end. Abu Bakr is asking, what are your thoughts on Neymar? A lot of people do not rate him because of his antics on the pitch sometimes. For me, he's second to Messi in terms of ability. I have to agree with that. I think he's a baller, Neymar. I think he's really, really good. I mean, second to Messi in terms of using skill, ability. Yeah, like, I mean, Ronaldo is, for me, he's second to Messi. But Neymar is right up there. I think from the current lot, he's one of the best players. People don't like him because of those antics. I don't have a problem. I used to love Ronaldo when he had the antics as well. And look where he's gone. Neymar might follow that. So when he gets mature, another maybe couple of years I'm giving him. Hopefully he'll get more mature. For me, Neymar is just about finishing. Apart from that, I think I don't have a problem with anything else. I think he has a lot of skill and he's a pleasure to watch for me. That's my opinion. You can have a completely different opinion, Don. But
No, I agree 100%. I think that Neymar is one of the top talents out there. He's just an exquisite player when he's on the ball. He's just the trickery that he has is second to none almost. That is just beautiful to see. But yes, he needs to improve his finishing. That's the only aspect of his game that he needs to really work hard on, and he has the capability to do it. He's a fine player. If he can just put his head down and try to finish some of those goals, because he gets into great positions, and it's just unfortunate. It's just so frustrating to see that with the kind of player that he is, to not have like a 35-40 kind of get goals a season kind of player. He's that kind of a player for you. And that's why I'm saying, if that's why I feel like they'll miss Mbappe, because he's a lot more clinical. But if because Neymar will, as long as Mbappe is finishing, Neymar can keep doing this. But if it's on Neymar to finish and make sure that you get the goals, that's my issue. It might take a little bit more pressure on him, and that might create a little bit more of a problem than
yeah, and
kind of.
And we're used to Neymar not playing some games and Mbappe playing, but we haven't seen the opposite. So
Right.
even Zayn saying Neymar is a proper big game player, being held back by injuries and low competitiveness on a regular basis. Also, his sister's birthday is an issue, man. And March he always takes off. I don't know if that was.
We're past that, right? We are end of April, so it's okay.
Yeah, so that's why I don't know if it's injury or birthday issues. But I agree, he's an amazing player, man. Like he's a proper player, proper footballer. I agree with that completely. Don, you're saying 2-1. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna go
I won't be
3-1.
surprised. I won't be
3-1
surprised
PSG.
if I wouldn't be surprised if PSG makes a great game of it and makes City look really lackluster. It's not gonna be absolutely shocking to me. I just feel like City wants it, and I think they're gonna go out.
But
Go
should
out
I tell
big.
you something? I feel that City will be more comfortable in a game like this compared to Dortmund or playing Chelsea or Madrid, even to a certain extent.
100%. There's no denying that. That's why I think that City will win this and they'll struggle in the final, no matter who they play. Either they play Madrid or Chelsea.
Yeah, and if Musibha, if City loses, Fraudiola, yeah, man, 100%. Yeah, I think that game we wrapped it up, Don. So now moving on to the biggest competition in Europe, the Europa League. First game is Arsenal versus Villarreal, Unai Emery versus Arteta, past versus present. Your thoughts going into this game? Arsenal have been very poor in the Premier League, but they're a cup team. We saw them, and I know you don't like to hear this, but they are a cup team. FA Cup they won last year, and now they're in a cup semi-final again. They do turn up in these occasions. They have experienced players. They just mess up during certain games, but I just feel they are what do you call it? A good team in these kind of situations.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've been very poor. They've been absolutely inconsistent, and that's one thing that I find very hard to take as an Arsenal fan. We are known to be have consistency of fourth. I know I get trolled about it all the time, but it is what it is. I mean, we are known to have certain kind of consistency, and the way that we've been playing lately has just been surprising. I am all for Arteta. I think that he needs a little bit more time. I think that I've seen enough to kind of back him. It'll be an icing on the cake if we can win the Europa. It's going to be harder than it seems, but I just want to go to the finals, and whatever happens in the finals we can see. But I just need personally, for my own personal satisfaction and just for me to sleep better at night, I need for us to beat Emery. I need for us to take him out of the picture, and I think that will be the if we lose to an Emery side Villarreal. I think that will be just a very very hard pill to swallow for me. After a poor season, this will be a hard pill for me to swallow. So I'm just hoping that we can finish this season strongly with the Europa win under our belts. And there's still a lot of paper. There is a lot of cracks which will probably again be papered with the way last season with the FA Cup win. There'll probably be a lot of paper cracks that will be papered
Yeah,
after a Europa
remind
win.
me to ask you that if you win the Europa League, because
Yeah, if I
we
do,
had this
yeah,
conversation last time.
and I told you about the consistency, but I expected us to be a lot better than we are. I honestly thought that there will be a consistency issue, but I just didn't expect
Yeah.
us to be ninth in the table. I did not expect that,
Yeah,
honestly.
I even told you I thought we would be like fifth, sixth, and you guys would be second, third. I just felt because you had a really good transfer market. I was completely wrong there. But I think Arsenal's like Pakistan, man, Champions Trophy. Obama Yang is going to do a Fakhar Zaman or something. I have a feeling they're gonna do well. They're a cup team. They're dangerous in these situations, and they're very unpredictable. That's why I don't think teams will like to play them. And we can be I can be completely wrong, and Villarreal might beat them as well. But that's the sort of team Arsenal is. So never take them lightly, but also don't give them too much.
Backs against the wall, usually Arsenal performs better. And I think that Arsenal have understood now that they need the win in Europa to have any chance of any chance of Europe at all next season, because even the Europa looks dodgy with the way the performances have gone in the past few games in the Premier League. So they'll probably finish outside the top seven, which will probably be a big jolt if they don't make Europe next season. So the only realistic chance we have to make is to make Champions League by winning the Europa. We're only 3 games away, which is great, but at the same time, it's not going to be as easy as it looks. So I'm stressing. I'm major stressing right now. But I'll give 2-1 to Arsenal on this one.
You're going 2-1 Arsenal. Abu Bakr is asking, Don Bhai, do you think Arteta can make Arsenal a title contender?
In 2 years. In 2 years.
Bro, I'm
He needs
telling
2
you,
years.
if you don't win this trophy, he's not going to last another few. It's just a few months.
I think he'll still last. I think the way there's a lot of criticism about selling the owners being an issue and everything, but the owners don't care about the Arsenal Football Club, so they won't kick him out. because he'll probably have a pretty big pay package to get out, so they won't kick him out. They'll just give him the time, and that's the problem with Arsenal at this point in time, is that they have very secluded owners. They don't really care about the football club, so that's been an issue from a long time. And that's why they probably will give Arteta more time, which will probably be a blessing in disguise. But I still think that irrespective of the results, he'll stick around for another season at least.
Do you feel that Arsenal got here because they're easier fixtures, or do you just feel they played really good football in Europa League?
I mean, they've been playing. You have to be. I know I'm a fan and I might sound biased, but I honestly think that in Europe we played good football. Maybe we've had some relatively easier options to go past, but even them we've steamrolled them, like the likes of Prague. First leg, everyone was talking about the 1-1 draw and everything. Second leg, we went out and banged 4 goals in and played decent football to do it as well. So I would think that it's a little bit of both. Yes, we've had some easier fixtures, but I think also we've played some decent football to get to that, to get to this point. It's a matter of finishing 3 games left. Hopefully we can win all 3 and win Europe and get into Champions League next season. That'll be great. Will it happen or no? It remains to be seen, but I sure hope so.
Yeah, and you're going to an Arsenal. I think let's move on to the last game. It'd be kind of funny if both United and Arsenal don't make it. It'll be a big, with that Super League and controversy and everything, it'll be a big slap to the face for both teams. But
absolutely,
United playing Roma, I think United have really good chance, but they're playing the likes of Dzeko. All these guys will step up, man. That's the problem. When United come to the party, United is very inconsistent as well. I think they've done well in the league. They've also been helped with other teams' performances. Going into this semi-final, can they go past this freaking stage of a tournament? This is like the 6th semi-final under Ole.
Is this the away leg for United first?
Let me check, man. I think if someone can comment, I'm not exactly sure if it is the away leg.
I think it's the away leg for no, it's a home leg for Tottenham, for United, I think. Anyway, but I think I think in terms of just the game, I think that
home leg,
home leg for United, correct? That's right. So because I think it's the away leg for Arsenal, so it's a home leg for United. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
I think suit United kind of.
That will suit United because I think they can. I think that they like to play at Old Trafford, of course. So I think they go out there, they win this game comfortably and put the game to bed. I don't think they'll be able to put the game to bed.
Yeah, I don't
put the
think
tie
so,
to bed, but I think that it'll be a good game. All they need to really do is probably score 1, maybe 2 goals and not give away an away goal. That would be.
We saw against Milan, they conceded an away goal, but they went there and got the job done. So that's the problem with this team, and I don't get it. Like, you concede goals like this, and then you go and keep a clean sheet against City, Milan away. Then you concede stupid goals against West Brom, Leicester. It's very annoying. And the thing is, the same catch-22. Ole, I think he's learning on the job. There's a lot of weaknesses there tactically. Team management is an issue, like not player management. I think individually off the pitch, he's great. On the pitch, there are issues in terms of substitutions. My mind always goes back to that Leipzig game and the PSG game in the Champions League. But at the same time, he's got you second and he's got you to the semi-final. So it's very difficult. I don't know. But I think this semi-final, if he does lose, again, he'll be under the pump. He has the backing at least of a Champions League, of a second position in the Premier League. Like he has the backing of that. But I think if they lose this, there'll be a lot of questions, as they really probably want to go to the finals.
I think so. I honestly think Ole has done really well. I know that you don't agree to that sentiment. I think that finishing second in what's been a difficult season this time, to beat the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, these guys.
If you ask me, I would say no way we'll get top 4 this season. I'm
exactly
saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think they've already punched above their weight. They've done a good job, and I think Ole has done a good job of handling the players. And yes, the players have stepped up, and some of them have played very good football to get to the point that they are, the likes of Pogba, the likes of Rashford, and all these guys have done
it's not just Bruno anymore. He's had a quiet few weeks. There are other guys stepping up. Greenwood stepped up as well. Pogba, like you said, and Cavani.
Cavani's looked really, really good. Luke Shaw has looked very good. The defense is starting to look better with every game. We've criticized the defense a lot in United, especially in the early part of the season. But I think that they've come together nicely. Yes, there are definitely improvements that can be made, but I think that they've come together pretty well. And I think that the credit has to go to Ole. He's stuck to his guns. He's worked a way out to win, and he's been winning. Be it small games, be it big games, he's winning. And the league position shows it. The second position, and that's a something to be proud of with the way the season started off and the way predictions were and everything. I think that United have been doing well. Yes, there is definitely going to be it's going to be a much harder game with Roma, because Roma they have a good team as well, and they'll be a tough nut to crack. But I think it's going to be a good fun game to watch, and I think it's going to be a 1-0 United win, I think.
Yeah, like a lot of people are telling me that Roma are not doing that great in the Italian league. But I just feel when you're in a European semi-final, you're playing against
different.
United, these teams will step up. And United is not the United of old, right? They have their own mistakes. They have Harry Maguire, Lindelof have a mistake in them. So do the midfield, McTominay and these guys. They have a mistake in them. So it's not that level of United playing. So that's why I feel that it'll probably be, if they have an advantage, maybe like 60-40 to the max. It won't be more than that.
I agree. I think so. I for sure. And I think that this is the Roma team that not too long ago beat Barca, I think, and went to the semi-finals or something. So
Dzeko killed it in that game, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Dzeko killed in that game. So I think it won't be very easy for United. I think United is amongst the English teams. I think United has a slightly harder fixture. To be very fair to United, I think that they much rather preferred playing Villarreal, who's. But you have to remember that Emery is a Europa specialist, so
he is. Yeah, won with Sevilla quite a few times.
Yeah,
Villarreal as well. I heard like they're not doing that good, but also on the other hand, he's done a good job, like considering where they were before.
Yeah,
so,
he's improved them a little bit.
He's improved them. Yeah. So and against Arsenal, he'll always lick his lips. I'm sure he wants to prove a point. Like, why did you sack me?
Yeah, 100%, and that's the thing. I don't want to come up against someone who really wants to prove a point and comes out there and then kind of goes all guns blazing and kind of has us on the back foot. That would be really unfortunate. I like the fact that we are playing away in the first leg.
Only issue is you don't want like Leno and Xhaka and these guys to make stupid errors. That's the main thing. You guys make too many stupid. I'm sorry to say this, but it's
true.
Yeah, stupid mistakes. Otherwise, you can win and draw games. It's not a problem. It's been stupid mistakes throughout the season.
100% agree. Having said that, I think that attacking wise, we've been poor this season, all throughout the season. For me,
even though Lacazette's been in good form.
Yeah, 100%. And Oba has been in and out. Oba has had a very, very.
He's been disappointing, man. Yeah. Especially after the hairstyle change, he's been very disappointing.
He's got back his natural hairstyle.
That's good because semi-finals, finals, you need Aubameyang. I think he's going to be the match winner if they're going to win.
My problem is that I am very upset with Xhaka and the Leno, especially the way Leno gave away goal against Everton.
I told you Martinez, bro. I told you for like 1 year, Martinez.
It's been very disappointing, but I wouldn't have been so upset about that kind of a situation if we would have gone in and scored the kind of opportunities that we had in the front. We should be more clinical, and we haven't been, and that's been very unfortunate.
Yeah, you're going 1-0 United for that game. Abu Bakr is just asking out of context, why does Spurs sack Jose before a final? Will Kane be at Spurs next season?
No.
Don, I thought it was because... I thought because it was Europa League. What's it called? Super League.
It's the dumbest thing ever. It's the dumbest thing ever to do that.
But that guy almost pulled it off, huh? Even though like the City dominated that game, the guy one sneaky goal here and there, and Tottenham could have won the trophy.
I think that if they had Mourinho, I think he would have been tactically better suited to win this game.
And
it was the biggest mistake. I mean, I think intentionally Levy did it because he didn't want to give Mourinho that opportunity, but it was just so stupid. You've literally paid the guy a bunch of money.
You don't give the opportunity, so you don't want to keep him later in the future. You don't want to. You did that because he opposed the Super League.
No, I don't think it's anything to do with the Super League. Who cares? I mean, everyone's opposed the Super League. The likes of Pep, Arteta, Klopp, everyone's opposed the Super League. Doesn't even matter that much anymore. So I don't think it's to do with the Super League.
Then what the hell was the reason, man? I can't.
I mean, they wanted to sack him. They got an opportunity. They just jumped on the gun on
That's not an opportunity. That's so stupid. Like, you sack him after the final when they lose.
It's the silliest thing ever. It's such a Spurs thing to do. That's why I'm always so happy that Spurs are so stupid in their decision making. I think this is the end of it. I think the likes of Kane and Son are both going to leave. I think that this is...
Where's Kane going? If he goes to City, then don't talk to me about Guardiola ever again.
It's not my fault that he's going. I don't know, man. I think... I don't know, Madrid maybe. Who knows? He has some options that he can consider. Why not? Maybe Madrid as a proper clinical striker. Benzema probably also getting a little old now. I'm not taking anything away from him. He probably has a couple of seasons still left in him. But maybe just to give a little bit competition to Benzema, I think that's an option for him to definitely consider. PSG maybe. Who knows? PSG has the money. So he has some options there for sure. I hope that he sticks around in English football. Maybe Arsenal. Who knows? Probably not going to happen, but
he wants to break that Shearer record, huh?
100%. And I'm pretty sure a lot of teams will come for him. He's a solid
Who
player.
can
And
afford him? That's the problem. It'll probably only be City, United. I know. Abu Bakr saying they feared if they won the final would have been harder to sack him. That's what Don is also saying. But I just feel Levy's the type of guy he can sack him at any time, like he just showed. But think there was Zayan Singh think there was a clause he would get a big bonus if they won a cup. Owners don't care about the cup and sacks sooner than so he's saying it's a financial kind of thing basically that if you won the cup there's a bonus.
Who cares about it? He got 30 million pay package still, so another 1.5 year of chilling is left for him now. He got 30 million to get a pay package, I think, out of the sacking right now.
So where will he go now, Mourinho? Arsenal?
Dude, Mourinho's done. Arsenal's never going to take him. Mourinho's done. I think, honestly, as much as he's been a good manager in the past and everything, he's done. I think it's important for people to understand that and accept that. Maybe goes into a smaller team, and maybe does a little bit over there. But I don't think that any big club is going to go for him. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think it's going to happen? I think he needs specific players. Like United, he had amazing players, but he didn't have Mourinho-style players. He had Pogba, Zlatan, all these guys, but he even got Matic in. But I don't know, man. Like some people say it's the players' fault, some people say it's Mourinho's fault, but I agree with you. It's a mixture of both, and he's dipping in form. But any last comments, Don? It's going to be a cracker of a week. The most suits international management. I mean, I've never heard.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually.
I've never seen him though international.
No, I think he will suit. He will suit. Maybe take someone like a Belgium or someone and just go out and make them win. I think it's a possibility. It's a very good.
Or
idea.
Argentina. Him and Messi.
Some
That's not going to suit him. But
that's not going to suit him. But yeah, I think a team that needs to be needs to be well oiled. I think Roberto Martinez, as much as good as he is, I think someone like a Mourinho will bring in a lot more tactical improvements in that team, and I think Belgium could be contenders then because they have a good team and they have players that will suit him as well, suit Mourinho as well. So you never know.
Yeah, 100%. It was a really good talk, man. Thank you, Abu Bakr Zayan, for joining in with your questions and comments. It was a lot of fun. Make sure you guys predict as well. I think you have already, but enjoy the European games. Don, any last comments, baby?
Nah, man, I just want to know, Zayan and Abu Bakr, I hope I didn't make you feel bad by my 1-0 Real Madrid victory, but I just feel like it's going to be a fun game, but 1-0 to Real Madrid. With Real Madrid winning the Champions League, my final prediction.
Real Madrid going to win the Champions League?
That's my final
without
prediction.
Ronaldo. I swear, if he does that, you better come out wherever and say that he's better than Pep Guardiola.
Dude, Zidane better than Guardiola? I agree.
Already,
I agree. I think he's better than Guardiola. I think Guardiola is great. I don't think he's as bad as you make him sound. I think Guardiola is great. But
I also think he's a great manager. I know I sound very biased, but it's just that, the extra hype, I'd really... that it doesn't irritate me. I just feel like he has weaknesses. He's not that kind of manager. But if he does win a Champions League, I'll have to shut up for a bit. That's without a doubt. Chelsea clean sheet both the legs. I also, guys, when you watch the games, I just want you to see especially the Madrid-Chelsea game, that pitch. Do you guys feel it'll be different or not? Like while you're watching it, let us see if do you think does it actually make a difference, because you'll be watching the game closely, especially Chelsea fans. Let us know, playing on that training pitch, would it be different than playing like at Stamford Bridge or at the Bernabeu, for example?
For sure.
Yeah, just have a watch out for that. And don't enjoy the games. At least we can watch the Madrid and PSG on different days. We're playing on the same day, I think, at the same time. So
yeah,
you watch the United game, I'll watch the Arsenal game.
No, I think I'll stick to Arsenal.
But best of luck. I hope to see you in the finals. And enjoy the football, man. That's all I can say.
As always, thank you.
Take care.